All right, Mike, today we're talking the 102, and whether you like it or not, that's the pick I've got, and we're going to kind of talk about what my strategy is going into it. Obviously, at the 102, you have a pretty clear indication of what's coming, but what's going to be before you on the way back in the second round and then in the third, kind of want to walk through that with you. We talked briefly on the prior episode. I mean, for me, it's pretty much locked in CMC or CD Lamb, whichever one's available. The one thing I will just ask you real quick, if somehow, some way they were both available, do you have a preference?
Oh, shit, if they were both available.
I feel like that's
say Josh Allen went first.
That's Josh Allen went first, or somebody, you know, I've seen people really still high on Tyreek. He got hurt, but he's going to be a beast.
I think I feel safer with CMC, but he plays the fucking running back position. When we see injuries devastate that position before. We've seen him be devastated by an injury before. So, you know what? Fuck it, man. I'm going CD. Fizz, tip of the cap, CD GOAT. It's CD Lamb.
Lock it in. Because, Mike, here's my thought process on it. All right, I want to take CMC because he's such just a hammer running back, and it's like I want to have the best running backs because look at the running back scoring. But if I look at last year and the way they're going to run the offense, you highlighted this a little bit in last episode. If I can get a receiver that did actually outscore the 4 WoRP of last year for the second half of the season, if I have a receiver given the format in the WoRP line that's going to be that ridiculous in WoRP, I feel like that is a hard thing to pass up because you can still get a lot of the running backs later on. Not saying you couldn't flex them, but I feel like that positional advantage actually at wide receiver might be a little bit different.
So let's talk about pick 23, which will be your return pick in the second round.
Yep.
Obviously, for you, Adam, are you in agreement if Dak Prescott were to fall there, that's your de facto, I'm taking the stack in the upside? And
in like tournament style play, I feel like you have to. Obviously you don't, but there's so much more upside and if a stack pays off. Like, it's like if you were sitting there and you're playing blackjack. I know you say you don't play as much, but if you play blackjack and you're sitting there, okay, yeah, the dealer's got a face, but I'm going to double this bet because I really strongly believe I'm getting a face out of this, right? I'm sitting on 11. Like, no, you don't play scared. You go for the fucking win. There would have to be somebody. I'm kind of curious. What would have to be there for me to pass on Dak? The one thing is, obviously, you don't get the turn coming back to you. I just want to make sure people understand it is, you know, with third round reversal. It's not like I could say, oh, maybe the person behind me is not taking Dak and then I get him at 302. That's not how this draft works. So the players that would have to be there, I don't think I could pass, honestly. No.
I'll give you one right off the rip.
Okay.
Would you pass on the stack of Dak Prescott if Kyler Murray had fallen there because of the rushing?
I would say maybe. He would be someone that would make me consider it. I'm actually going to look on right now while we're doing this. I wasn't planning to do this live, but I'm actually curious. The same experiment with CD, I'm going to run the same thing with Dak here. Because his WoRP was number 4 for the season, right? But he finished so well. I'm kind of curious how high he got. The stack is such a payoff on a weekly basis. So here you go. Dak from week 7 to 17 last year. 2.418 Josh Allen, 2.410 Jalen Hurts. I mean, they're literally the same thing. Number 3, 2.147 Dak Prescott. And he actually was ahead of Lamar, who was really damn good last year. So I think I'd take Dak. That would be probably the one type of player, though, because of the rushing upside. The other thing with Kyler that's intriguing and why I would probably have a really tough decision there is like, but he's got Marv this year too. So what if he runs and the offense really opens up?
You're off the ACL.
That would be an on-the-clock decision, buddy. I feel like I'm taking Dak today, but I might not tomorrow.
Other positions, though. Maybe you didn't want to go quarterback. Say Jahmyr Gibbs fell.
Over Dak? I don't know about that.
I think I would there.
You know, that's a tough one. I think I probably would. He was 1.94 last year from week 7 on. That would be another,
tough, right?
That's a tough conversation too. I think right now, Mike, I'm probably going to fizzle dollar this thing. If Dak is there, I'm probably taking him. I'm probably going to do it. They're not going to win the division. They're not going to, win the Super Bowl, but maybe they'll win the Scott Fishbowl for me,
Well,
maybe I can make them win again,
Let's talk like Dak isn't there, because there's a realistic shot he's not.
If he's not there, Gibbs, definitely consideration. Kyler would be my other quarterback consideration.
What about Trey McBride or Mark Andrews? Would you be the first guy to kind of really put the hammer down at tight end? I know you talked about it a little bit last episode, and they definitely fit that mold. Top 3 guys.
That's the conversation I was going to have with you. I feel like at this pick, there's a more than real chance that Gibbs is gone, Kyler's gone, Dak's gone. Here's the only problem with that. I actually feel like the play is probably to take a tight end. I don't have a strong lean on I'm going to bet for full season on one tight end this year. It's hard to pick one. Let's say just only one of the tight ends was gone. I got my pick of the litter still kind of. I could take Trey. Do I have a chance at 311 to still get a Kittle type?
Yeah. I think you actually would.
My question to you is, do you have a strong preference of a tight end this year if you were going to shoot your shot on one?
No, and I think last year did me a disservice. It wasn't a good year for the tight end, and the guys who scored at the top outside of Travis Kelce, because we knew Travis Kelce was there. Not a lot of people were in on TJ Hawkinson. He was kind of borderline, maybe top 5-ish.
Right.
Evan Ingram, sure as fuck no. Sam Laporta was a rookie. Nobody expected that other than me because I'm a genius when it comes to predicting Iowa tight end. David Njoku came out of nowhere. Trey McBride, we were giving our boy Rip all kinds of shit.
I wish I wouldn't have, because when I look back at the trade that I traded away Trey McBride on, I won the league, so I'm fine. But I look back and I'm like, you son of a bitch. He got Trey McBride from me dirt cheap, bro. Bad.
So this is the thing. After last year with the injuries that we had to tight end, kind of a changing of a guard, being a down year, I'm with you. I don't feel confident enough in my ability to be like, Mark Andrews is tight end 1 this year. Trey McBride is tight end 1 this year. Sam Laporta is going to repeat. I just don't. People
I don't think really necessarily understand. Sam Laporta had 10 touchdowns versus the whole field had 6. There's just so many different things. Trey McBride with a lot of target competition. I shouldn't say that, but and a massive alpha from not having one at all. And then at 311, I feel like I'd probably have a very good shot at getting one. And if they all were gone, all the ones that I confidently project, Mike, that probably means there's a running back or a receiver that I still want to take there, or a QB. So we assume Dak is gone. We assume Kyler's gone. You assume Jahmyr Gibbs is gone. So let's get to the next tier running backs, the realistic ones for you. Taylor, Barkley, Kyron, if that's still your dude, ETN, etc. One of these wide receivers in the range of A.J. Brown, Puka Nacua, Garrett Wilson. What's your preference there? The running back over everybody? Yeah. If there's Barkley or Taylor there, I feel more confident about Barkley and Taylor's role. Not necessarily their health, but their role and what they're going to mean to that offense and being in good offenses relative to the backs that I'm going to be taking in round 3. The workload I project for them, I feel like, all right, these guys might have damn near as much upside as some of the guys that are going really early. Maybe not quite, but close, very close. So if any one of those 6 running backs is there, Mike, obviously Bijan, McCaffrey, Brees are gone. Gibbs is probably gone. But if Barkley or Taylor, which would be my 5 and 6, are gone, now we're having this is what life is. And this is probably the toughest decision. Now, like, again, at the receiver position for me, Puka Nacua, like, I like him. I think he's a great story. I think he could end up being really good this year again, but I look at the WoRP line. Cooper Kupp, if he stays healthier, I don't know, man.
So let's live in a world.
Garrett Wilson, maybe?
Where Dak and Kyler are gone, your top 6 running backs are all gone, and now you're faced with the choice of either the tight end, we'll go back to that, or one of these wide receivers. And Adam, for me, just looking at it, if I was in your position, I just said I didn't feel confident enough in the tight end, but I do feel confident enough taking the tight end relative to the wide receivers in that range with the way WoRP is.
Okay.
I would rather shoot for the moon and the upside.
So you would take, like, for example, you would take a Andrews or a Kelce or a McBride versus a Garrett Wilson, Amon-Ra, Puka type.
Puka, yep. A.J. Brown. Throw him
A.J. Brown, yeah, for sure, absolutely.
Same thing.
Yep.
I think I would rather roll the dice on the tight end and be like, okay, because the fall off for each wide receiver WoRP isn't actually that great once you get past your first pick in CeeDee Lamb. Essentially, there's not a lot of super game changer ones in this format. There just isn't.
Yeah, to give you a bird's eye view of what I'm looking at here, okay? I did the week 7 to 17, and that was really to see, like, how Dak finished when he was playing strong. But you know what's really interesting about this? As far as tight end 7, which was Sam Laporta, so 6 tight ends ahead of him. Only Tyreek Hill, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and CeeDee Lamb during week 7 to 17 finished higher than Sam Laporta.
4 fucking wide receivers versus 7 tight ends.
But just think, like, the 7 names: Laporta, Kelce, Hawk, Ingram, McBride, Kittle, and Njoku. Like, they're the ones that you're thinking of. Kincaid, Ferguson, Kmet, Schultz. What I'm basically telling you here is the ones that we can project confidently are supposed to be locked in starters with really high, like, workloads. Those are the guys there. I think I'm with you, actually. As much as I really don't want to do it, I think if it went exactly the way I don't want it to go, nuts on the line here, going to the tight end, buddy. Tight ends do matter.
Tight ends do matter. So you talked through the first 2 round picks. Let's put something concrete in and get your 3rd round in, and then we'll bounce out of here, Adam.
Yeah.
So you're going CD number 1.
Yep.
Number 2, we'll just go by ADP. It has to be at ADP or lower.
Okay.
For you to make this pick. So I'll give you the choice. At ADP is Jonathan Taylor.
At 311?
Your dude? Yep. Or no, at the...
211? Yeah.
211.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jonathan
Absolutely.
Taylor? Okay.
Yep.
So now let's look at your third round. So you'd be picking pick 35, 311 in third round reversal. This is what's left to you on the board, right? ETN, Purdy?
Nope,
Derrick
not doing
Henry.
that. Okay.
Adams, Olave, Drake London, Caleb Williams, Tua, George Kittle.
Of the names you gave me, it would be Henry or Kittle, preferably.
It's third round reversal, so you do have that fourth coming back to you in a couple picks. Would you
Big
sequence it Henry then Kittle? Because Kittle is way lower on that list.
I think that I would. I'll tell you one thing that I will be doing, especially once it starts to be the turn. One of the nice things about being close to the turn is I'm going to be looking at 101. If 101 locked into Kelsey, right, early, McBride, I'll definitely let Kittle go past them and see if they're going to double dip into tight end, because I'm going to put my money on that. I don't think that they will. And then I could have them at the 402. So
if you got this strategy rolling for you, let's say through 4 rounds now, through the 402, you got
Kittle
2 running backs, you got a tight
Henry.
end, and you got CD Lamb. It's a real nice start. And the question is, it's a super flex league that favors running quarterbacks. I can guarantee they're all gone at that point.
they have to be. Where is Daniel supposed to be going? Like 5th?
Oh, man.
Daniels is the only one, but he won't make it to me at 5'11 is the problem.
Jaden Daniels goes a couple picks before right now. You're up in the third round.
What? Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah,
So
well,
instead of Derrick Henry, you could possibly get Jaden Daniels in the third round.
is that a consideration for you? I feel like I'd still take Henry.
I would probably take Jaden Daniels.
Would you?
Yeah, I didn't do a fucking video on him for nothing.
No, well, listen, I actually don't, you got me hyped for him. I don't disagree. I also feel like Derrick Henry in this offense, like, I feel like last year people are discounting him more than they should, and I get it. That offense was terrible, bro. Like, look at that Ravens offense as far as what it's been. Every year, supposedly Dobbins is going to be there, and he's not. And then we just talked about Gus Edwards being running back 23 off of doing nothing but just plodding fucking into the end zone. Like, it's a conversation where I think Henry is a 1-year bet that I might have a hard time passing, but honestly, if it wasn't him, like if that specific running back is gone, Mike, I would be taking Daniels for sure. Like, I would take Daniels ahead of ETN. I would take Daniels ahead of probably every running back that's not Taylor, Henry, Barkley. Like, Henry for me is that next guy that I think could end up being stupid in this format because of all the carries.
So Russell Wilson was over a 2 WoRP last year, and he just had a decent year, man. And from the video I did, man, with rookie quarterbacks who have legs like that and what they average just in fantasy points, to try to transpose that over to what that means in WoRP, I could see Jaden Daniels as a rookie having over a 2 WoRP, which would put him in, he should be in round 2 discussion, not round 3 discussion.
No, for sure. Well, I mean, if he hits, Mike, if he ends up hitting, I'll 1,000% regret not drafting him. I'm looking last year, and what's crazy is Rashad White somehow was at 207 with all them damn catches. It's definitely a conversation. I would say it's a conversation. If it's not Derrick Henry though, Mike, it's not even close. I would take Jaden Daniels because he's the last rushing quarterback there, right? They're all gone before him. It gotta be.
Everybody's gone. Yep.
So now let's stick with this just and for the theory here. I got Henry and I got Kittle, let's say, those first 2 rounds, or the last 2 rounds I was in. Round 5, now 5'11 comes to me. I feel like now at this point, like the running quarterback's obviously being gone. I still don't want to get the 2 turds, but what are the QBs?
You're down now in this Kirk Cousins-esque range. Matt Stafford, Aaron Rodgers. Could Deshaun Watson maybe in the 6th round on the turn be the consideration for you? And you just load up on your Cleveland love and go like, we back. Like, please be back.
You know what? Can I tell you the truth? I don't think I could do it.
No, you don't think in the 6th round you can pull the trigger?
Every week, Mike, when I'm down here and, telling people, maybe who to start or just what I think for the week, I go out there and, like, I don't need to have the agony of Watson and the Browns. Plus, I had a great start to the Scott Fishbowl, and it's all ruined because in round 6, I was like, gotta have him. Goff, I gotta imagine, is gone. So Kirk Cousins, Matt Stafford, Aaron Rodgers. Oh my gosh, man. Let me ask you this. Would you rather take one there, or would you rather try to get 2 in the next 2 rounds?
I think for me, I would consider Deshaun Watson in the 6th round.
Yeah, 6.
I would.
Yeah. At that 602. Yeah.
The 5th round, no, I'm not really looking at quarterback. I'm fucking pissing off. And let's just say Watson was gone, and hypothetically, I couldn't even get him. I'm probably just rolling out the grossest, most disgusting quarterback room you've ever seen.
I think I have to do that. I feel like the one thing I don't want to do is give away the fact that I've leaned into WoRP and trying to build my team out. Look at the quarterback line again. I'm not saying that some of them don't have the upside, but I'm going to bet on the one of those guys that's going to be a top 12 option. That's what they're going to have to be to make that pick worth it. I think that's not a business I want to be a part of. I mean, dude, it's going to be gross, but I'm rolling out Geno and Russ or something. Like...
And I think you might be fine, Adam, because if I just look at ADP so far, there's some other quarterbacks that you can get maybe in the 7th, the 8th, the 9th round to kind of backfill this quarterback room.
Yeah.
And you're still taking shots on guys who are slightly mobile and we project to have better years, right? That's kind of the dynasty aspect of it. We're not doing it for trade value, obviously, or long-term or next year or anything like that, but it's guys that we know in dynasty, they were young quarterbacks. Sometimes it takes them a while to take that little step forward. So, Will Levis, he's outside the top 100 draft picks. J.J. McCarthy, if you want to bet on rushing quarterback, that seems like a good rookie to bet it on. Now, early in the season, if he's not starting, Sam Darnold starting games, that's a consideration, but his ADP is 123. So,
yeah,
you're getting him dirt cheap. Daniel Jones, 125 after him. Russ, you mentioned him. Bo Nix, 149, Adam, starting quarterback for the whole season.
Where is Russ going? People are fading Russ that much.
128.
I can almost guarantee you I'm walking away with Russell Wilson in this format, dude.
You could walk away with a Russ, Daniel Jones, and a Bo Nix as your 3 quarterbacks and feel completely fine about your quarterback room, to be completely honest. So
that's what I think I'm probably leaning towards. Let me ask you, I think I'd probably be willing to take a shot on Bryce if somehow he made it to me too.
Bryce is way down there too, 124 for ADP. So
yeah.
After that too, Adam, it is a lineup league. It's not best ball. So we can do the old standby. Any quarterback on a fucking 2 deep, buddy. Just start loading up your roster.
These pockets are going to get filled up with a lot of Easton Stick types,
Let's go Easton Stick. But I do love the hypothetical start. It was a good way to talk through your draft. You're going to be picking before I am in your league at the 102. So hopefully everybody who's in the 102 or right around that range, you kind of got some ideas. And heaven forbid, you might be able to take something away if it's the 103 and some idiot, lets CD Lamb or Christian McCaffrey fall to you.
Mike, you know what's crazy is like that's a good thing. You get both. You have a chance to even how come I didn't get the 103 here?
I wish one more pick later.
Damn it, but we'll be just fine. I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm excited for it. Captain Marvel is my division. 102 to the moon. Maybe I'll just, you know what, Mike? Maybe I do take that Deshaun Watson at the 6th and just, we're going for it, man. The Browns haven't won the division since '89, but this is our year, okay?
He's back. Adam, thank you so much for this. It was a good talk through. Hope everybody enjoyed it. If you like what we got going on here, please make sure to like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, check everything that we got going on over here at South Harmon Fantasy Football. Big things are on the horizon, and good luck in your Scott Fishbowl drafts this year. Hopefully, one of y'all wins this thing. Maybe us, maybe one of y'all, and you can go, man, Mike and Adam are the ones that helped me. And now we're all famous. I love it.
You know what? I do have so much bad luck, but I do hope that one of you guys executes it. We love you. We'll see you back here for Mike's video 109. Peace.